Welcome
Welcome
to Shade in
to
the
Shade
City.
in the City.
I'm Treese.
It snows.
And today we are kicking off the newest season of Love Marriage Huntsville. So please join us because I'm sure just as Marsau was messy, we're going to have some reasons to be shady.
I wish I had some popcorn right now.
Let's get into
about
it,
to be
y'all.
crazy.
Let's get shady. But I still didn't get to the nail salon. Don't judge me. Start off this season. What did you call him? What's the word that we want to?
Manipulative Marsau.
Manipulative Marsau. And Tisha, sit down. And Tisha is so easily manipulated. But anyway, so they sit down to have dinner and discuss his recent trip to Africa.
Yeah, apparently they were catching up because they ain't seen each other in a while. He was in Africa, y'all.
By himself. He needed some time to get himself together, and he thanks her for respecting the fact that he wanted to go alone. And she lets him know she wasn't really here for it, but she understands. And now that he's gotten back, what is he going to do? You know, what is he going to do differently? How does he feel?
Wait. Because
okay,
we can't skip past this part, okay?
Okay.
You know, she makes it a point to say she's never been to Africa. It would have been nice to go. Like, he didn't even invite her. He's like, I just needed some distance. My cell phone doesn't work over there. It's a different time zone. So you mean to tell me you went to another country? Not only did you go alone, but you were not in contact with your family? Because that's I don't know.
Because that's what it's giving.
That's what I got from that. Basically, I didn't want nobody to call me, text me, no nothing. I didn't want to be contacted while I'm over miles and miles away. Oh my God, he just aggravates me to my soul. So
it aggravates me that she sits there and takes it like she never has anything to say. There's no rebuttal. Anyway, so basically, he's focused on his family now, y'all. Tisha as well as himself. Well, clearly, you spend a lot of time on yourself, Marsau. Clearly.
Apparently, it was the way they live in Africa because it's a third world country. They're not so focused on money. And what he said was, now he's going to value time more than financial. Which
exactly.
Is great.
Which I think is beautiful that he finally gets it.
Because that was not
last season. That was a thing.
Mm-hmm.
So
I mean, I guess there is a silver lining, I guess.
Somewhere. But no, and then he talks about he wants to hire an assistant
or chief of
staff. And when Tisha asked him, well, do you have a preference in sex? And he says, well, he feels like it should be a female. I don't understand why a chief of staff has to be why that's a requirement for them to do their job. And of course, Tisha just, okay. That's what
Tisha's
you want.
Just like, okay, well, she has to be approved by me. It's not up for discussion. So this makes him feel like apparently she's been in the comments.
And because everybody talked about how Tisha never stands up for herself. So this is her, I guess, showing us season 4. Nah, I have been in the comments and I'm going to show y'all my husband listens to me.
Apparently he posted a picture proving that Maurice was lying when
he said that he wasn't around the side chick.
Oh, I was going to call it coleslaw. I keep on forgetting her name.
Oh, well, yeah, coleslaw.
Do you know her name? Do you know her name?
Ariane.
Arion, yeah, coleslaw.
But see, we don't want to get a lawsuit and stop using my likeness. You know, she came out, she was upset and she was suicidal.
So then we're gonna use Funky Dineva's. We're gonna use Funky Dineva's word for her, coleslaw. Okay, so we're not using her likeness. Okay,
right.
So basically, you know, last reunion, Maurice made a statement to Kendall, basically saying that he was not around to see the love that Martell had for coleslaw. And Marsau disagreed at that time. He said, yeah. So he posted a picture showing them all together when on the Atlanta trip, basically showing that he was there around coleslaw. And
well, apparently coleslaw was the one that took the picture.
I think she might have even said that in her in her interview. But Tisha lets him know, like, you are super messy for doing that. And, you know, Tisha's like, well, you know, basically she's talking about the trip and how coleslaw was talking about how they're all cheaters and she doesn't have an ounce of proof and all this other stuff. Boom. What is she gaining by calling out who cheated? How is this benefiting her?
Because she's hoping that they'll give her a spot on the show. If she spills enough tea, that it'll give them a reason to put her on the platform. And it's not. It's wishful thinking.
As long as Melody Holt is queen, ma'am.
And as a producer on that show, that'll never happen.
You will continue to be coleslaw. Okay, steak, coleslaw. Ma'am, you don't put them on the same plate.
You don't.
So basically, Marsau was just telling her, just stop talking about her. You know, don't give it any energy. He actually says, he references basically a barking dog, and he's like, the worst thing you can do
is bark when someone calls you a dog
is to bark. Great strategy, Marsau. Is this what you did when people were accusing you of having kids outside of your marriage? You just ignored it, didn't address it. You didn't bark. Good, because it kind of faded away. Nobody spoke up because you didn't speak on it.
You can have it.
So
Martell Holt.
Yes, Martell Holt. So Martell and Lewis meet up at the compound gym, and you know, Martell lets him know like that he's been going through a lot for like. Well, actually, no, he was letting us know. He said us know.
Yeah, he started saying it in a confessional.
A lot for like a year and a half, and the gym is his self-care. Basically, then he gets to talking to Lewis, of course, about Melody and what she ain't doing. You know, she's doing.
That's Martell's favorite thing to do is talk about what Mel ain't doing.
Exactly. There's certain things that she's supposed to be doing and she ain't doing. She's got 2 phones. And when I got the number 2, she keep it off. You know, when I want to get in contact with my kids, I'm like, hold up, Mel, that's how you supposed to do it. That's the trick. That's what you're supposed to do. I got 2 phones. Yeah. She up here put me up on game. Okay.
Hot lady.
Right. So then he brings up the fact that, you know, Melody cheated on me around the time I was cheating on her. It was 5 years ago but they showed.
But I'm the only one. No, but I love how he tries to make it seem like I'm the only one being accountable for my mistakes. I said, Martell Holt, if you don't get out of here.
So they actually showed a scene where Melody was talking to his mother, and she was saying that they weren't together because they were separated, and she had actually moved out of the home. So technically that was a separation in the marriage. So, and I'm sure that was in retaliation, or maybe not retaliation, because I don't think Melody would do that, but I'm sure that was after she found out about what was going on with you. Exactly. So it's not we both out here doing the same shit. It was, nigga, fuck you, I'm gonna do my shit because you've been doing you. Okay. So then they get on to Lewis talking about the reunion and how Lewis felt attacked because everybody was coming at him talking about, you're not basically being forthcoming and transparent. But What? What's that about?
This is,
What?
This is the face of someone who does not give a fuck. I feel like that's pull out your violins. What you brought on yourself for being messy? Oh, okay. But now you feel attacked?
And they basically said that was the reason. Like, the problem was you're coming at us about not being like transparent and telling all of our shit, but there's plenty of shit that was not addressed on the show that you don't bring up on the show, you don't talk about. So that was the issue. And I do, and you know, I don't want to put it on Lewis because I haven't seen Lewis do anything but defend his wife and her man.
But he doesn't correct his wife when she's wrong. And I feel like as a partner, you should. Even if he's
usually not there. He's usually not there when she does it. He hears about it. So it's different when you hear about it from your wife, who's the one in the situation and the one that did it, versus actually being there to see the messiness. But at the end of the day, regardless, it's his wife. So even if she was being messy, I would still expect him to take up for her. But who knows what they talk about behind closed doors, because we haven't seen her yet. So then, dun, 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 they bring up the infamous picture. Okay. And Lewis is talking about how, damn.
Oh, he was talking about bro code. And he was like, talking about breaking bro code. And he was like, well, wasn't that picture breaking bro code?
It really was. And they're talking about how he threw his brother under the bus with this picture. And Martell talks about how he feels like the situation with him and Melody, if things didn't get out and things were, you know, left inside the house, it wouldn't have been as devastating, although she would have said, nigga, you should have kept your dick inside the house.
Inside the house, I was gonna say.
Exactly. But he's basically saying that some things are better left inside the house. And by Marsau posting this picture, breaking bro code and kind of going against your brother a little bit.
You tearing up everybody's household, including yours.
Exactly.
All right, y'all. We see Kimmy with her new dog, Zeus, her new piece of therapy to help her work through the shit that Marsau done started.
That's her therapy, but Kimmy woke up and chose violence today. Okay. She woke up ready to fight. But go ahead.
So basically, Maurice walks outside. He hears Kimmy tell Monster that basically, you know, that's her therapy. And right now, with everything that's going on, she needs that. And she's like, if there's one thing that you can count on, unconditional love, it's pets and kids. And Maurice is like, well, what about your husband? And then she's like, you know.
She's like, no, pets and children.
Pets and children. And then from there, they go into what Marsau did and posting the picture. And she just can't get past the fact that why would your own brother go as far as to bring this negativity to not only your household, but his own? Like who benefited from that? Why did that make sense? And I can appreciate Kimmy for bringing up the fact that, you know, Maurice and Marsau, as Nels already touched on.
So basically, I thought it was hilarious because, you know, Maurice is trying to make jokes. Oh, it's getting hot in here. I think it's getting hot in here. And, you know, Marsau was just trying to be funny. She's like, what's the funny part? What's the fact that, you know, I said I wasn't there, but I was there, but I really did say I was there. I don't remember you saying that you were there, Maurice. The problem is, you know, Kimmy does not condone that shit. And she said, like, she feels like you shouldn't either. And you being in the picture shows that you condone it. Whether you did anything or not, it's giving that you condone it. And if you condone it, I mean, what's stopping you from doing it in your own relationship? Yeah. So basically, she's like, well, is the story made up? Like, I mean, is this bitch just pulling the shit out of thin air? I mean, because you said, if I ask you a direct question, you're going to give me the truth. Mm-hmm. And here he goes, trying to speak around the fuck. She said, look, we don't need to go to Robin Hood's barn.
Right.
It's a yes or fucking no. Finally, he says no after still trying to fucking talk around it. And she's like, I don't need the extra. This is the shit that gets you in trouble. Like, just don't do that shit. Don't do that shit. The problem is that it makes you look like you condone the shit. And you really need to think about the shit that you do, as well as your brother. And I don't even understand how your brother can do this shit knowing that it's going to affect Tisha. So then he diverts and goes, oh, well, you know, you need to be big sister and help her through. She's like, no, me and Tisha, I got Tisha. All right. You need to address your brother. You need to address your brother with this bullshit. Oh, I know you feel like you don't give a fuck, but I need you to give a fuck. You need to give a fuck, basically. So
I was here for Kimmy choosing violence today.
She definitely chose violence.
She let that be more come out.
Destiny is in the studio, and Tisha is supposed to be meeting her later, and she is singing the song, Turn Me Up, Turn Me Up, Turn Me Up. I'm on another level.
Turn me down, please, turn me down.
It was really bad. It was really bad. And then the music was really low, so it kind of sound like it was a cappella. So you really heard her voice. I think you need to turn it down. Because you're definitely on another level.
I'm gonna let you get there.
Huh?
I said, no, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna let you get there. What?
So basically she's saying, you know, after everything, you know, she went through, she's finally singing again. Do you really think that's the road you want to go?
Oh no. And then she says, because of after what she'd been through in her divorce, this is her way of ringing up. I said, boo, you need to find something else. I'm sorry.
See, it worked for Melody. But Melody sounds good.
And then I think it's weird too that Melody actually just launched her skincare line, and now Destiny's launching a skincare line. It just seems very copycatish. I'm not saying that you can't have your own ventures, but
you know what's funny to me is, so I'm gonna say it now, I don't care. Later on in this scene, Tisha, she brings up the similarities between her and Melody, between Destiny and Melody. They're both recently divorced. They're both having a singing career, or well, both singing. One of them has a singing career. But she didn't bring up the fact that all this copycat. She didn't bring up everything. You know, you've been around her for 5 years, and you know, you may have caught on to something, and that's who you aspire to be. I can't be mad at you.
Right.
But singing is not for you. Okay. Let me be the first to tell you. Because clearly Tisha ain't going to. Basically.
You gotta check your note. You gotta check your note.
So basically she lets you know, Tisha know that she fell on hard times. She even has to go on public assistance. And basically she was taking care of her father at one point, and now her father is giving her money. Now she wasn't super clear on what brought her on hard times. I don't know if it's because of the divorce or what.
Well, she said she quit her job and then started
the business. She had a job, she started a business.
And then she had the baby, and then she had a divorce. So what you would think
is now... I mean. I don't understand, but to me, that's not clear. I don't know if that means that like the business fell under, or...
No, the business is still going, but to run a business, it takes money to make money, as you know. So it's one of those things where if you don't have the money coming in necessarily, and depending on what the details of her divorce was, if she's not getting alimony or things like that, and she's back on her own, it was different when she had a husband to support her and her business, like help. Okay. You get what I'm saying? But now she doesn't have that second income, and it's just her supporting her business.
So then it was mainly kind of because of the divorce.
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, you know, Tisha asked, well, how were your friends supporting you? How did they feel about, you know, you singing? And she's like, well, a lot of my friends don't know. You know, I still haven't spoke to Melody. She has set boundaries, and I'm going to respect them. Apparently, when they went to the reunion
in LA,
Melody's hotel room was right next to Destiny's, and she could hear Destiny and
Tisha having a
conversation about her. So Melody and her, this is Destiny's story. Melody and her had a conversation about it at brunch the next day, and
she told her everything that she said.
She said, you know, we just spoke about basically everything that you said on the reunion, that happened on the reunion, that everybody already knows. And she's like, no, I know what you said. I heard what you said. I'm fine with that. But
why are you talking to my enemy about it?
Why are you talking to my enemy about me? And she's like, well, I didn't know that was your enemy. How was I supposed to know? And she's letting her know, well, she's letting Tisha know, like, y'all were just having tacos together. Like, and Tisha's apparently oblivious to the fact that they're enemies, which to me makes.
Apparently they did. I do, from remembering the reunion, they did have a little exchange, but I didn't personally feel like it was a major deal where I thought it was another breakdown and they're trying to have a friendship.
I don't think that it was, if she used the word enemy, I don't know if that's actually the word that she used. I wasn't there, but I would feel some type of way if this is someone who you're having a conversation about me with someone that you know I'm not super cool with.
Yeah.
Regardless of what you're saying. I don't want you to make that person feel comfortable talking about me.
To you out of all people.
No, exactly. Like, we're not cool like that. So we're not besties. So I don't know if she actually meant enemy or what, but basically then of course, you know, Destiny, shady ass Destiny, she got to throw a little shade. She was like, you know, I've noticed over the past 5 years that I've been friends with her that a lot of her friendships end up like this. So, you know, it's definitely a pattern for Melody.
All right, Destiny, go best friend. I guess that's how we doing it. Well, we see Melody.
Every scene got some shit.
Yes. I actually think she dropped, I feel for some reason she dropped the whole. But anyway, we see Melody, right? And she is at the wine bar meeting up with Kimmy. They briefly talk about her new dog. And I guess apparently maybe she had a pet that died. So this one was kind of not replacing, but, you know, in place of that one, I guess. And she said she needed it just because everything that's going on right now to soothe her therapy. Then they get into the thick of it. One thing I love about Mel, she don't waste no time. Like she'll have little small talk with you for literally maybe about 5 minutes. And then let's get the tea. I love it. I'm here for it because I'm very similar. Let's get the tea. So Kimmy talks about all the rumors and just how she can't understand why Marsau would do such a thing, like we touched on before, and how he clearly didn't think about who he was affecting when he did such a thing, and basically how it stirred the pot and basically made her husband look bad. And yes, they were not married at the time. However, Martell was, and so was Marsau. But her and Maurice were living together. She basically tells Mel that, you know, she doesn't put up with the cheating shit. She asks them straight on, head on, like what the it was. And she basically said, and so Mel's like, well, what are you going to do, girl, if you find out that he cheated? I said, go ahead, Mel. Let's not beat around the bush. And she's like, well, I mean, I don't know. And I can, you know what? I'm going to say
she said if it was after August 2018, she would leave.
Right.
Because then they would have been married, and that's a different type of like commitment, different level of commitment.
And I was going to say that even though she said she would be angry if she found out that he did something while they were in a committed, you know, relationship, boyfriend or girlfriend, whatever, living together. However, obviously, she respects the sanctity of marriage a little bit more. And it has a little bit more weight. And I can actually respect that answer. Like, yeah, I mean, it sucks, but I can respect her for saying, I don't know if I'm gonna throw my marriage out the window if it happened before we were married.
So does that mean she was giving it up before the marriage and it should be okay?
I ain't say all that. So basically, Mel starts to go in, like they're having what seems to be like a decent conversation. She asks about how Tisha's doing, and have they talked? And, you know, then basically she's like, well, Kimmy asked her, like, why does your whole vibe change? You brought up Tisha and your whole, like, and she's just like, well, basically, I heard Destiny and Tisha have a conversation.
First she said this actually gave me insight as to why
because she said she was trying to break up their family.
Tisha said, I thought you guys were in a different place. And Mel was like, well, I thought we was too. But then she's hit me with, oh, you're trying to ruin my marriage.
And I believe she did say that on the reunion.
So I guess Mel felt like, okay, well, I thought we was in a good place. I thought we got past this shit, but clearly we back where the fuck we started. Which, it all makes sense now. It all makes sense. Go on, girl, carry on.
You're funny. So basically, then she talks about how, and then she had a room, which we know Destiny told us about, but basically Mel gives us details as she heard them talking shit about her. She heard them talking shit and she went, knocked on the door. Okay, Mel, basically let them know you might want to quiet down.
She pulled up.
Right? She's like, you might want to quiet down because I can hear you. I said, well, damn. And then basically, I guess when they get back to Huntsville, she met with Destiny, as she told us, for brunch. And Destiny admitted she was talking shit about her. And
she apologized.
And Mel basically lets her know, like, why, if you wanted to talk shit about me, one, why would you do it to a, you know what I mean?
The person she said, just to be clear, you're talking shit to a person about me that we haven't always been in a great place. Right. And she was like, and it's a no for me. So.
And she's like, after Martell, I'm done with second chances at this point in my life.
Like, I'm fresh out of them shits. Fresh out. So.
And I hate to say it, I think that her and Destiny do have a pretty decent friendship, but that was, I don't know. I could see how that could be a deal breaker for a friendship. Because how do you come back from that? How can I trust you again and know when you next time you in your feelings or whatever the case may be, or you get around the right person and they talking shit that you won't join in. So yeah, I feel where Mel's coming from. And then we learned that she's having a pajama party, y'all. She done ordered pajamas for everybody. I said, go ahead, Melody, so they can match and look alike, and basically lets Kimmy know, yes, you can come, but please know that Tisha and Destiny are not invited. Tiffany will be invited, but
you know what?
I respect Melody's realness.
She has a way of speaking that she gets her point across and gets across what she wants to say, but it still sounds graceful and eloquent and just, I love it. So even the fact that she's like, I'm having this, but I'm letting you know, do not invite Tisha and Destiny. They are not on the guest list.
And like she said, I don't have time for it.
Like, yeah, it doesn't come across nasty, not like.
I need some Melody Holt in my life. That's all I'm saying. Because Lord knows, I wish I could be that graceful with everything. The Scotts sit down for dinner. And it's not your ordinary family dinner. Kimmy gets right into the thick of it. Food is on the table. She's like, let's not waste time. So she comes out the gate and she's like, so Marsau, about you in this post, why did you think that was?
What were you thinking? And then Tisha's like, oh, so you just get right into it. She's like, yeah, that's what we're here for, basically. Micah gathered us together to talk about this shit. The fuck, yeah, we getting into the thick of it.
Right.
Kimmy did not. She chose violence.
I ain't mad at it. Marsau said he wasn't aware that it was going to cause so much trouble for everyone, and he just wanted his brother to be complicit, not implicated.
Or at least that's what he thought was going to happen. So Marsau basically said, you know, he didn't realize that Kimmy would be affected by it. And she's like, well, her and Maurice were like, how? Hello, they were dating at the time. Of course she would be affected by it. And you know, I don't know, it got a little heated between Maurice and Marsau, okay? Because he's like, you know, I'm responsible with my post.
Right.
He's like, you know,
he said, I know a lot of stuff that I could have said that I didn't say.
Exactly. Because he actually brought up, he was like, I mean, last year you came out with 2 babies. Now, what if I would have posted, you know, a crib or some shit like that? And I was just like, so apparently that was below the belt for Marsau. And, you know, he's like, you know, there's so much that I don't say about this situation that I know. I'm responsible with my post because he doesn't know who it affects.
Right.
So I just don't post it.
Well,
so while you're out here trying to joke, and you know what? I love the fact that Maurice was like, no, you're too smart for that, which Marsau is. He's manipulative, but he's smart. So there's no way, sir. There's no way.
Better than me. And then Tisha is talking about, they cut to her in a confessional and she's like, well, and they asked her, was she bothered by it? Because Kimmy brought up the point, you don't think how this affects your wife either? And, you know, and they're like, were you hurt by it? And she's like, well, no, it didn't really bother me, but it did hurt me to see people that I know, my friends, comment on it. But I'm not worried about what other people have to say. And my focus is on the man that I'm married to and not what social media has to say.
It sounds nice.
And then I thought it was crazy that Marsau admits he thought it would just be funny to get him in trouble with his wife, and then says, but I don't want to be in trouble with her.
Well, he said to get him in trouble, but then he was like, I don't think that it was actually to get him in trouble with his wife, but I think he was saying like that would also be funny. And he was like, but not me. Like, it's not okay for me to get in trouble with my wife, but yeah, you know, if you do end up getting in trouble with your wife, yeah, that's funny too. The fuck? Yo, Kimmy is not Tisha.
I was gonna say Kimmy's better than me, because that would have been a whole. I'd be like, Maurice, out of respect for you, I think we should leave before I cuss your brother out.
Kimmy type of trouble with Maurice is not Tisha type of trouble with Marsau. It's not funny.
Yeah, y'all, that was pretty much it. There was no resolution, and it looks like
I can't wait for the next episode.
Right, and me and Nels were talking about, they came out the gate swinging. Usually first episodes, we don't see this much drama. They worked their way up, and they came out the gate with every scene, it had something. So yeah, y'all, we can't wait for next week. Stay tuned.
I'm gonna look forward to.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in to our first review of Love Marriage Huntsville. And I believe this is season 3, or season 4. So thank you guys so much. And please make sure that you like,
you comment,
and that you subscribe.
And hit the notification bell.
And please make sure that you are following us on all social media platforms, especially our TikTok, and see how we're celebrating and enjoying life, and just keeping up with us, because, you know, we're kind of funny. But yeah, we appreciate you guys tuning in, and we will catch you next week. You guys have a great night and a great week. Love you. Mwah.
Mwah.
Front, back, side to side. Make sure you go like and subscribe. Front, back, side to side. Make sure you go like and subscribe. Hey!